friends, it's Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I have my first grocery haul of 2024 for you today. I'm actually filming this on the last Wednesday of December, but you will not see this until the first week in January. So I hope you had a very happy and healthy start to the new year, and you're ready to make 2024 great. Last night, I sat down with my husband, I created a meal plan, I wrote out a grocery list. We are trying our best to get back on the organization train for 2024, get back to cooking at home rather than eating out so much. And so with that in mind, we put together a meal plan. We decided who was gonna cook when, and I went today to Walmart and picked up everything that we needed. I went in store. Usually I take advantage of grocery delivery with the Walmart Plus membership that I have, but this time I decided to go in store so that I could get everything I needed. Still left without a couple of things that were on my list that they just didn't have. Cat food for one, the cat food aisle was completely empty, and my son wanted water chestnuts. But everything else I managed to get, so I'm gonna pop up my meal plan next, and then we'll get right into everything I purchased to make those meals happen. All right, so here is everything I picked up at Walmart today. My grand total was just under $150. I thought that was pretty good considering how much I purchased. We didn't have to get much meat at all because just last week we went and stocked our freezer up with a ton of meat. I shared that in one of my Vlogmas vlogs. So if you are interested in seeing that, you can click on the little card above. I will link that for you. We went to a local meat market and we just stocked up on a ton of things. So I just had to get essentially things for side dishes, things for breakfast, some fresh produce. So all in all, not too bad. Let's go ahead and get into it. My son is gonna make smokehouse burgers. He's 15 and he is an incredible cook, and his best meal are these burgers that he makes with cheddar cheese and barbecue sauce. He puts French fried onions on there as well, and they're just delicious. So I had to get the ingredients for that. So I grabbed some sliced sharp cheddar cheese for that meal. Also on our meal plan, you would have seen we're having a Mississippi roast, so I got some au jus packets for that, as well as the pepperoncinis, which the bag fell on the floor when we were bringing everything in and popped open. And it's kind of leaking all over, so my whole house smells like pepperoncini juice right now. But these go great with that roast recipe, so I'm excited to have that this week. We haven't had it in ages. For some canned goods, I grabbed a little can of corned beef hash. I love to have this alongside eggs for breakfast in the morning. And I love that there's just this little 7-ounce can because I'm the only one in my family that eats it. So if I do like a full-size can, it's way too much. So happy to have that. My son, Robert, requested bean sprouts. I think he's going to add this to his ramen. He's been all about different ramen recipes lately for lunches or for dinners when we're just fending for ourselves. He asked me to get water chestnuts as well, but my store apparently doesn't sell them because I looked all over that store and I even asked somebody and they said they didn't have any. So whether well, maybe they sell them and they were just out, but I couldn't find them anywhere. So just bean sprouts this week. I'll check again next week for the water chestnuts, I guess. We're going to have chili dogs, so I grabbed the snow bean chili to put on our hot dogs. Also grabbed some chicken flavored gravy for us to have when we do a whole chicken later this week. We were all out of my son's favorite mint tea from Bigelow, so I grabbed another box of that for him. Eggs for breakfast in the morning. I got some Diet Coke, caffeine free. Typically, if I'm drinking soda, I'm drinking Coke Zero, but my store doesn't carry a caffeine-free Coke Zero, and I'm trying to cut back even further on caffeine to help with my sleep. Quite a few years back, I stopped drinking coffee after like 11 a.m. and I cut myself down to just 1 cup of coffee almost every day. Sometimes I'll do 2 if I'm desperate for a little pick-me-up, but most of the time I stick with just 1 cup a day. But I always have my soda in the late afternoon, and I'm wondering if the caffeine in that is what's making it difficult for me to sleep. So we're going to try caffeine-free this week. We're going to have a whole chicken with rice, and so I grabbed this long grain and wild rice to go with that. For those smokehouse burgers, my son requested pretzel buns, but they didn't have those, unfortunately, so I just got these farmhouse buns. I think those will be really good. Also grabbed some white bread just for toast or sandwiches for this week, and some hot dog buns for those chili dogs. My favorite bread is the Jewish rye. If I have toast, it's got to be on that Jewish rye, so I had to get some more of that. Moving back this way, I grabbed my husband's favorite donut shop K-Cups. I'm a big fan of my Nespresso machine, but he thinks that that coffee is way too strong. He's been a diehard like donut shop coffee drinker for as long as I can remember now, and he does it by the cup. Got the extra sharp cheddar for us to put on top of our chili dogs. The sauce for Austin's Smokehouse Burgers is a combination of Dijon mustard and barbecue sauce, so I grabbed both of those. By the time I got to the freezer section at the end of my grocery trip, I must have been hungry because I grabbed a couple of impulse things that were not on the list, one of them being these Cheddar Bay biscuits. I love Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits, so I had to try these when I saw them. All right, for Austin's Burgers, I just grabbed these 4 ground beef patties. That way it's nice and easy for him. All he's got to do is cook those up, season them. So I grabbed those for him. Also the French fried onions to go on those smokehouse burgers. The tater tots are to go with the chili dogs, and the fries are to go with the burgers, I think. So just like a variety of frozen potato products there. Got some of these thick and fluffy waffles. These were not on my list, but we really love these, like Belgian-style waffles from Eggo, so I grabbed those. Also some French toast sticks, just for a quick and easy breakfast option. The dairy fridge was pretty empty, pretty picked over. All they had was whole milk or 1% milk, so I grabbed whole milk. We typically are 2% drinkers, but this is what they had, and they were completely out of all of the half and half, except for like fat-free half and half, and I don't live that life, so I went ahead and grabbed this Chobani coffee creamer. It is sweetened. I haven't been doing sweet coffee for the last 6 months or so, but when you're desperate, you get what you can get. We got the chicken-flavored stuffing mix to go with that whole chicken. My favorite cereal is the Peanut Butter Crunch, and I passed it and I just couldn't resist, so I grabbed a box of that. And then I got a box of the Fruit and Cream variety pack of oatmeal. This is what all of my boys like to eat, my husband included. I'm a big fan of just like maple and brown sugar oatmeal, or even just plain oatmeal that I add my own stuff to, but they really like the Fruit and Cream variety, so I grabbed that. So that's everything that is on my kitchen table, but I do have some more things here on the counter, mostly just like produce and vegetables here. So needed to stock us back up on frozen vegetables. So I grabbed a couple of bags of peas. Typically when we're doing vegetables as a side dish, we do 2 bags at a time because we are big vegetable fans. So I got 2 each of the sweet peas, the whole kernel corn, broccoli florets, which are my personal favorite, as well as cut green beans. I grabbed onions for that Mississippi roast. We got bananas in a variety of ripenesses. These are ready now. These will be ready in a few days. Big banana fans here. If I only buy a handful, they're gone in 3 or 4 days. So this time I bought a bunch. Probably means half of these are going to go bad, but we'll get them put in the freezer for smoothies or whatever, if and when that time comes. I got some baby carrots. That's also for the roast. The green onions are for Robbie's ramen dishes. And last, but certainly not least, we've got red potatoes, both for the roast and just to have as a side dish for any of the other meals we decide to have potatoes with. So that's it for my grocery haul. We are all ready for the new week. Hopefully we will stay on track and not eat out. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you're eating this week. I would love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that red subscribe button. It's completely free. It puts my videos in your feed so that you don't have to go looking for them. I would love it if you would support me by doing that. Give this video a thumbs up. That helps out my channel as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends.